Welcome to the Miniatures Paintbrush. Today we're going to talk about the different ways to play 40K. Now, this concept of having 3 different ways to play was introduced with this book here, the General's Handbook, and this is for Age of Sigmar, the former Warhammer fantasy. I hope to play that one day. I read that book cover to cover, and I really thought of open play not being like what Andy 2D6 says, the hippie way to play. And I do beg to differ with that. Please, Andy, differ. Please differ. Please. I like the way that having open play, you can actually explore the different characters and what they do and the mechanics on the field. I think, as being a new player to 40K and war games in general, that taking things slowly, step by step, methodically, to be able to grasp the concept of the game mechanics and doing it in smaller skirmish style quantities is better for me to get into the game instead of just plopping down a whole bunch of miniatures. Now, that's another thing too. I go in and I want to buy miniatures, so let's say I get the Start Collecting box. Yeah, alright, I got all these minis. I'm a 40K player, I have all these minis. Boy, you're not a 40K player. You ain't got enough minis to play. Well, maybe I can use them for D&D. Oh, wait. They have bolter guns. As you see, it may be discouraging that the old ways of playing, you need a lot more miniatures than just one box and play. So I do like that open play for me to ease into the game and the rules and get a better understanding of what's going on. There's a second way to play, which is a narrative way to play. Now, coming from a D&D background, I really like a storyline. I like motivation for my characters to play, and it's just not an army with grunt number 1 and grunt number 365. To me, I see like they all have kind of lives. Being that I was a DM and I played a lot of characters, that's not too far of a stretch of imagination for me. So I like a storyline, and I like to be driven, and having a theme and having adventures built around that theme. I think that's really, really, really exciting. But why are we playing? Because I brought my armies. So what's the motivation? Because we just set up all these armies and I have this incredible list. Why are the armies in this particular battlefield at this particular moment in time? Would you just play already? Finally, there's a point system. Now, I do like that tournament-styled match play kind of environment, but I see that that's the next step up, or the evolution of how you're learning the game. So I can see how 40K is becoming more streamlined as far as the aspect of someone new to wargaming getting into the hobby and how it would be in transition from, say, other games into 40K more easily, because it's less intimidating when you take it to steps. Now, the reason for match play is that if you're an open play and somebody comes in with this overwhelming force and just completely trounces on you, nobody's having fun. Don't be that kind of gamer, because it'll discourage people's play, and as community as a whole will diminish because you're driving people away. So be more concerned with the community when you're playing friendly games at your local gaming store. But when you're in, tournament style play, then be merciless by all means. Or have those kind of tournaments in the local area and demolish all. That's great. But if you see somebody new to the game, yeah, ease them into it. Don't crush their spirits, because then you'll have fewer people to play with later on. But I understand the reasons for match play. You want even feels, you want it in competition, you like your list building, and you really want to take a force there and come out on top saying that your strategies were the best to conquer all the ones that were opposing you. So, I mean, that's a great, great feeling. So I see that way of playing, and it's very, very valid, which is the most popular way of playing, because most people playing these that I've seen in all these videos are people that are veterans at the hobby, so they already have and amassed these huge armies, and they kind of want to play it all. I mean, they spent all this time. So I'm not knocking people with the big forces. All I'm saying is big forces are intimidating for newbies like me. So that's what I think about all the different styles of play for 40K. I hope you like, subscribe, and share with others. Well, I'll catch you next time on the Miniatures Paintbrush.